These are two brake systems on your car that wear at completely different rates, and understanding why could save you hundreds of dollars in unnecessary repairs. Your front brakes wear out roughly twice as fast as your rear brakes, and it's not because of poor design or cheap parts. It's because of fundamental physics that governs every time you press that brake pedal. When you hit the brakes in your driveway right now, something remarkable happens that most drivers never think about. Your car's entire weight shifts forward, throwing thousands of pounds of mass toward the front wheels. That forward momentum doesn't just make your coffee spill, it completely changes how your braking system works. The front brakes suddenly have to handle 60 to 80% of all the stopping force, while the rear brakes coast along doing barely 20 to 40% of the work. This isn't some modern quirk of engineering. It's been happening since the very first automobile accident in history, which occurred in 1769 when French inventor Nicolas Joseph Cugnot drove his steam-powered vehicle straight into a barracks wall at 4 kilometers per hour. Even at that ridiculously slow speed, Cugnot discovered what every driver experiences today. Stopping a moving vehicle requires more than just good intentions. The physics behind this weight transfer is surprisingly simple. When you brake, your car wants to keep moving forward due to inertia. Since it can't, all that forward energy gets transferred through the chassis to the front axle. Picture a glass of water in your cup holder during hard braking. The water sloshes toward the front of the cup. Your car's weight does the same thing, except instead of water, it's 2 tons of metal, plastic, and everything inside pressing down on those front brake pads. This weight shift creates what engineers call brake bias, the percentage of braking force distributed between front and rear wheels. On a typical front-wheel drive car, the brake bias runs about 70 to 80% front, 20 to 30% rear. Rear-wheel drive vehicles fare slightly better at 60 to 70% front bias, but the front brakes still carry the heavy load. These aren't arbitrary numbers chosen by accountants trying to save money. They're carefully calculated to match the physics of weight transfer and prevent your car from spinning out of control. Here's where it gets interesting for your wallet. Because front brake pads handle most of the stopping force, they wear out in about 25 to 60,000 miles, depending on your driving habits. Rear brake pads, meanwhile, can cruise along for 40 to 100,000 miles before needing replacement. That means you'll typically replace your front pads twice for every 1 rear pad replacement. The difference becomes even more dramatic when you consider heat generation. Every time you brake, kinetic energy converts to heat energy through friction. Since the front brakes do most of the work, they generate most of the heat. That constant heating and cooling cycle breaks down the brake pad material faster, creating the wear pattern you see when your mechanic shows you thin front pads and thick rear pads during the same inspection. But this story gets more complicated with modern vehicles. Traditional brake systems used a simple proportioning valve to distribute brake force between front and rear wheels. These mechanical systems were predictable. Front brakes always wore faster, rear brakes always lasted longer. Then came electronic brake force distribution, or EBD, which changed everything. EBD systems can dynamically adjust brake force distribution based on dozens of factors: vehicle speed, road conditions, cargo weight, even individual wheel traction. This technology, now standard on most vehicles, sometimes flips the traditional wear pattern completely upside down. Some newer Honda Accords, for example, can burn through rear brake pads in as little as 15 to 24,000 miles because their EBD systems work the rear brakes much harder than older mechanical systems ever. The brake technology timeline reveals just how recent these changes really are. Frederick Lanchester invented the disc brake in 1902, the same year Louis Renault patented the drum brake. But it took until 1953 for disc brakes to prove themselves when a Jaguar equipped with Dunlop disc brakes won the 24-hour Le Mans race, outlasting every competitor with traditional drum brakes. Even then, disc brakes didn't become common on American cars until the 1960s. Anti-lock braking systems followed an even longer development path. First developed for aircraft in the 1920s, ABS didn't reach mass-market cars until Mercedes-Benz introduced it on their S-Class in 1978. Electronic stability control arrived in 1995, and EBD became widespread only in the 2000s. Your car's braking system contains decades of incremental innovation, each advancement changing how brake components wear. The weight distribution of modern vehicles plays a crucial role too. Almost every car on the road today is front-heavy due to engine placement. Even manufacturers who try to balance vehicle weight can't completely overcome the reality that engines, transmissions, and most heavy components cluster near the front axle. This natural front bias amplifies the weight transfer effect during braking, putting even more stress on front brake components. Your driving habits dramatically influence these wear patterns. Aggressive drivers who brake hard and late can reduce brake pad life by 30 to 50% compared to drivers who brake gently and gradually. Mountain driving is particularly brutal on brake systems because constant downhill braking creates repeated heat cycles that can cut brake pad life in half. City driving with frequent stop-and-go traffic accelerates wear, while highway cruising barely touches your brake pads. The emergence of electric and hybrid vehicles adds another fascinating wrinkle to this story. These cars use regenerative braking systems that capture energy during deceleration and store it in batteries. Since regenerative braking handles much of the stopping force, conventional brake pads on electric vehicles can last dramatically longer. Some studies suggest regenerative braking reduces conventional brake wear by 64 to 95%. Some electric vehicles take this so far they enable one-pedal driving, where lifting off the accelerator provides enough regenerative braking to bring the car to a complete stop without ever touching the brake pedal. The Chevrolet Bolt pioneered this technology, essentially making brake pad wear a non-issue for many drivers. But even in this high-tech environment, the basic physics haven't changed. When conventional brakes do engage on electric vehicles, the front brakes still handle the majority of the work due to weight transfer. The difference is that conventional brakes engage far less frequently, extending the life of all brake components but maintaining the same relative wear patterns. Understanding these wear patterns helps you make smarter maintenance decisions. When your mechanic tells you the front brake pads need replacement but the rears look fine, that's completely normal and expected. Replacing all 4 brake pads simultaneously, which some shops recommend, is usually unnecessary and wasteful. The rear pads genuinely don't need replacement as frequently. However, don't ignore rear brakes entirely. They play critical roles beyond just stopping power. Rear brakes help stabilize your vehicle during braking and prevent rear wheel lockup that could cause dangerous skids. In vehicles with electronic stability control, rear brakes actively participate in maintaining vehicle control during emergency maneuvers. The brake industry continues evolving rapidly. Bosch unveiled vacuum-independent electro-hydraulic brake systems in 2023, designed specifically for electric and autonomous vehicles. These systems integrate with stability control in ways that could further change traditional wear patterns. As vehicles become more automated, brake systems will likely become more intelligent about distributing wear evenly across all components. The financial implications of understanding brake wear patterns extend beyond just replacement costs. Quality front brake pads typically cost $20 to $70 per set, but you'll replace them twice as often as rear pads. Factor in labor costs, and front brake maintenance represents the majority of your brake system expenses over the vehicle's lifetime. Knowing when replacement is actually necessary versus when it's merely recommended can save hundreds of dollars per year. This brings us back to that fundamental truth about your car's braking system. Those front brakes working harder isn't a flaw to be fixed or a sign of poor engineering. It's the inevitable result of physics, carefully managed by decades of engineering innovation to keep you safe while stopping efficiently. Every time you press that brake pedal, you're experiencing a perfect demonstration of Newton's laws of motion, translated through sophisticated technology into the controlled deceleration that gets you safely to your destination. The next time you're at your mechanic's shop and they show you thin front brake pads alongside thick rear pads, you'll understand exactly why. It's not a mystery or a maintenance scam, it's simply physics at work, distributed intelligently across 4 wheels to keep you safe and in control. And that understanding might just save you from unnecessary repairs while ensuring you never neglect the maintenance that actually matters. Make sure you subscribe.